Hello, welcome to my brand new channel. I'm so glad that you're here because that tells me that you're an investigator of your own health and wellness. And to be honest, that is the absolute best tool that you can have in terms of building sustainability and longevity in your health. So, congratulations. Welcome to my channel. If you like this video, please be sure to like it and subscribe and hit that bell so that you can be notified every Friday when a new video drops. I am building up my channel, so I'd love to get your feedback, any questions, comments about, what insight I was giving you and ideas. If you want to see a new video come out that's catered to you, again, this is all about what you want to hear and what's going to add value to your health and wellness journey. So without further ado, let's jump into today's video. Today's video is all about how to lose weight the right way. And yes, that does mean that there is a wrong way to lose weight, and I will walk you through that. I'll shine some light on the reasons why a particular way is a wrong way to go about losing weight. And I dove into this by going on Google. Good old Google brought me to this particular site, and really what I typed in first was lose 5 pounds, and immediately popped up in 2 weeks. So I clicked on that. I followed it to this website. This is a reputable health site that I'm assuming a lot of people read and go to as a reputable resource. So this is where it got concerning for me. It's written by a registered dietitian who is giving you the formulation of how to lose 5 pounds in 2 weeks. Now, a 5-pound drop in 2 weeks is pretty aggressive. This is coming from me. I believe that 1 pound is necessary. Now, if you have a lot of weight to lose, it is approachable to do 2 pounds per week. But this is saying in this instance where maybe you've come back from a vacation, you've put on weight, you feel more lethargic, you just want to press that reset button, you want to go on a diet. That's your mindset, that's your direction, that's your goal. You want to lose weight, your jeans are fitting too tight. So this dietitian is recommending that you go towards an average calorie count, which is based on a calculation of calorie requirements to lose 5 pounds in 2 weeks. So she's also stating that you can use different adjustments to your food, making sure that you're just swapping things out, just making healthier choices throughout the process. I think she's emphasizing that this diet doesn't have to be long term, that there are choices, everyday choices that can benefit your health. She also mentions that you should keep up the exercise because it is helpful in weight loss to help preserve muscle mass. Now, muscle mass is an energy turbulent, it boosts up your metabolism. This is a good thing. It makes your metabolism really effective. And that is the intention. You don't want to be constantly in a calorie deficit and not doing muscle building activities because that will be detrimental over the long term. Let's jump into why this is not the right way. And this is the first time me jumping into a video and explaining why I feel like this is not right. So I'm going to take a breath and walk you through the steps of why this is the wrong way to lose 5 pounds and what is the right way. Because opting for 400 calorie average per meal with an option of 100 to 200 calorie snack, which is bird food, really plays a role in feeding the cycle, so to speak, feeding the dieting cycle of being really stringent, being really restrictive, and then rebounding. So let's look at this because I want to use a real life example. So I'm pulling up my handy dandy calculator. I use this often. I'm going to go to the nutrition section at exrx.net. And look at there, it's highlighted. I use this often, calorie requirement calculator. So this is definitely really more so applicable to females that tend to just obsess over their body weight and the calories and losing more and all of that. So I'm going to use a female example. And let's say she is a middle-aged-ish, 35, roundabout. And she weighs 175 pounds. So she wants to lose that weight. She put on 5 pounds during vacation. She wants to lose the 5 pounds. So her starting weight is 175. And let's say she's 5'7". I'm going to put really benchmark numbers for resting, which is her sleep. So 8 hours, she gets good sleep. And she's not very active the typical day, just working at home, working from home at a computer, we're just going to say 13 hours of very light activity. That just means pretty sedentary but active with your mind. And then to break down those 3 other additional hours of the day, I'm going to give her 2 hours of light. That just means housework, moving about, getting in and out of your chair, in and out of your car, if you do have any sort of commute, that type of activity. And then let's say she does a good, decent amount of moderate activity. I usually go on the low scale and say 1 hour of moderate activity. So let's get this calculation. Guys, this is why that is the wrong way. If you see this number, 2,436 calories with activity included. So this is a maintenance calorie requirement. So at maintenance level, to maintain her weight, it's recommended, or based on these calculations, with a working metabolism, high functioning, a system with no problems, no conditions, no autoimmune disorders, nothing to really get in the way, and obviously someone who is young. 35 years old is very young. So 2,400 calories at a maintenance mark. Now, I need to break this down, because if the website is suggesting 12 to 1,500 calories, and I want to pull up a couple, I have an example. This is probably the one that I'm going to break down for you. Well, let's look at this in terms of numbers. I'm going to split this screen, and I'm going to bring up just a Word document. Let's go back to this calorie requirement. Lose 1 pound of fat, you need to drop, or you need to be in a deficit of 3,500 calories for 1 pound of fat. That means that this person who is directed to maintain at 2,400 calories, a 1,200 calorie diet to 2,400, that equates to a 1,200 calorie deficit per day. Okay, so let's break this down. 1,200 calories multiplied by 7 equals 8,400 calories. Divided by 3,500 calories equals 2.4 pounds on average times 2 weeks equals, ta-da, your 5 pounds of weight lost. Let's imagine this big picture, because a 1,200 calorie deficit per day is an extreme number to go by. There is no way that you're going to sleep every night satisfied. That is really what's going to lead to a problematic situation at the end of this diet. So I think that's something to note, is like, when you're going into a diet, you immediately think that you have to start with your goals, right? And you skip over a really essential aspect of going on this journey and going on this new diet, and restructuring your day and your system and your approach and all of that kind of thing to really get the results that you're looking for. And the one aspect that you're missing is your intentions. Going into a diet without clarifying your intentions of that diet, what's to come after you hit that outcome, after you hit that goal, what happens? That's where you go wrong. That's where you have difficulty sticking to something, because once you hit your goal, once you get to the end of the 2 weeks, what happens after that? Do you go back? Most likely you're going to feel really hungry. So this is what's going to happen. You're going to hit your goal and feel really hungry. This is like a matter of fact. It's not a matter of like, oh, maybe this, oh, it won't happen to me. This is going to happen. You are going to feel severely deprived of your nutritional needs. The result after you get to your goal weight, your result, is that you rebound and you end up putting it back on. And this just feeds, like I said, it feeds into the cycle. So let's go back to, I want to see a little bit more detail of what this looks like from a day perspective, because I got really alarmed by this one day. 50 calorie treat of choice. Guys, my mind is just, oh my God, it's hurting when I look at these words. 1 apple, I guess it's saying you can add an extra 50 calories. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're looking at this. We're comparing I have hummus. I just had hummus. I used a pesto hummus in my dinner last night with cod, and it was absolutely amazing. It did contain dairy, and I know there's some people that want to steer away from dairy as much as possible. I keep it very minimal in moderation in my diet, so I had a lot of fun with this recipe. I added pine nuts and sun-dried tomatoes. So I've got an idea of what this hummus could be. So a quarter cup of hummus is actually 2 servings worth. So let's say 90 calories is a serving times 2 equals 180. It's really vary in their calorie mark. There are some that are below 100. I really think it ranges from about 80 to 180. So that's a 100 calorie difference. So if you are going on a diet, you're gonna opt for that lower calorie option. Let's say it is 80 calories. 1 cup of chopped vegetables, 0. Yeah, that's how I equate vegetables most of the time, unless it's a root vegetable like a potato or a squash, like a hearty squash like butternut squash, or a root vegetable like carrot, turnips. Then you want to take into account the volume that you're eating, but really vegetables are 0. It's a vegetable. It's not a fruit. Yes, there are sugars, but it's a vegetable. Eat your greens. Your body will love you. This is a 207 calorie lunch plus a 500 calorie dinner. I don't know what you're eating. It's probably pretty simple, 500 calories. So that's not too bad, but a 270 calorie lunch to me doesn't say that you're really supplying your body with the right type of fuel, even with that apple and peanut butter as your snack beforehand. Maybe that was substantial. But let's look at the breakfast because we're looking for a total. So I'm looking at 6 ounces of plain fat-free Greek yogurt. Fat-free. Okay, we're seeing all kinds of red flags. I would say about 120 calories because it's all protein, no fat, very little carbohydrates. It's plain. 120 calories plus 1.5 cups of fruit. That could go anywhere from, it depends on what type of fruit you're choosing, but anywhere from 100 to maybe 160. So let's go 160 calories for your fruit, and then as well for a quarter cup of granola. Now, a quarter cup also has a little bit of range between 120 and 180, so I'm going to average that out, and I'll say 140 calories. So that is 300 for 420. 420 calorie breakfast. This is the low mark, and I'm not including the snacks. 1190 calories plus. Now, if you are including that snack, if you feel like you need to be on a super restrictive calorie mark, you're most likely not going to try to eat snacks. You're going to stick to just meals. So I'm going to take that away. 1190 calories is under that 1200 calorie mark. And that's putting you at a 1200 plus calorie deficit. This is the wrong way to approach your 5-pound weight loss, because what happens after you get to the 5 pounds? Because it's not a matter of if it will, because it will happen. You will lose the weight. You will drop 5 pounds, whether it's 2.5 weeks, anywhere from 14 to 21 days. You will drop that 5 pounds. If you persist with this I'm going to bold this, 1190 calorie intake, where you're so obsessed with having less calories, what you're doing is you're diminishing your metabolism. And my friends, listen up. This is very important. So I'm gonna really pay attention to this point, and I hope that you can zone out every distraction in your mind right now or in your life and hone in on what I'm about to say. You are capable of building your metabolism to work for you and not against you. This is huge. I'm actually going to make this a little bit bigger so I make sure that you can see it and you think about it and you absorb it and you let it sink in just a little bit. You are capable of building a metabolism to work for you and not against you. And by doing this in cycles of repeat, because most often times when you finish a diet, you rebound and you put that weight back on. You can't persist with 1,190 calories because your body is meant to eat this. This is sustainable life. This is a practice that, yes, is fulfilling, is satisfying, is nourishing, is all good things. You can lose weight at, let me tell you this, you can lose weight on a 2,000 calorie diet. And that doesn't even include any really high intensity activities. So if you want to up your exercise, if you want to bring that challenge and that intensity to your exercise program, boost it up, spend 20, 30 minutes in HIIT interval or sprints or weight training, high intensity weight training, go heavy with your weights. You could really demolish your goals and obtain and sustain your ideal body, that ideal body that is working for you and not against you. So as soon as you dip into this zone, this really low calorie zone, you're feeding the cycle. And that's perpetuating the problem that you already have. You're perpetuating the problem because, again, once you get to that goal weight, by doing it this way, what I've deemed the wrong way is that you can't sustain that. Your body will not allow you to. It will be agitated. You'll have mood swings. Your energy will dip constantly. You'll have problems with your relationships. You'll be angry for no reason. You'll lose patience more often. You'll hit plateaus because your body is like, give me more, and you're not doing that. So, I really think, and I'll be honest with you, it comes down to confidence. Too many people from too many resources have steered you wrong. You haven't heard of enough of the right way, the bountiful way, the abundant way to approach your health in a sense of clarity and confidence. And this is very possible if you have the right intentions going into a diet. You can approach a diet, you can have success with a diet, but if it looks like this, when it can look like this, you're doing it the wrong way.